dear friends, welcome back again. So happy you popped over again to see what I am up to today. For everyone who is new here, welcome. My name is Janny and I hope you enjoy what you see. And if you do, I hope you take a little bit of inspiration with you. For everyone here who is not subscribed to my channel, of course, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and of course, hit the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. Like I always say, enough talking and let's jump into today's inspiration. And you see already on the table are the supplies we need, and then it is time, yes, for a new DIY. We are going to use the tumbling tile blocks, the smaller blocks this time also. We have here my container with everything inside, some brushes, markers, scissors, some mud pots, some twine, and of course my wood glue. I just use a simple brand of wood glue. You can use some hot glue, but I don't recommend it because it's a little bit tricky if it will fall apart. I have here some battery operated little string lights. Of course, I have an older package because I want to use them also. So my battery pack is a little bit bigger. So if you have also the bigger ones, it's totally fine. But the last period, there are also the smaller battery packs. It's only a little piece. So you can use both of them. I have here some paint at your choice. This is just an example. You can use any color you like. I have here a little plastic cow, which was a garden stick. I used it already for another DIY. I bought a couple of them and I'm probably going to use it. I'm not sure, but you can use anything for on top what you want. I have here an old saucer with an old piece of kitchen towel to wipe away the glue because it is wet, of course. What we're going to do, we are going to make a lamp, but I really have no idea how it will turn out, how I'm going to make it, because I have something in my head, but I think it will probably change. So we will see how this will turn out. So our first step will be, we are going to do 4 rows of 5. So 4 rows of 5 blocks next to each other. And of course, we're going to do the longest side. We're going to give some glue. So very easy. You just row them simply together like this. And this will be the start of the underpiece, so like the bottom. So at least I think the bottom has to look this way, but you don't have to do it. I always like to give a little bit of inspiration on the bottom. And the bottom, I mean that I can do some things inside, but that's not everyone's cup of tea. I like making this place. So let me know in the comments down below if you like it also. If I would show you more making of a display, how easy it is to work with some faux greenery and some seasonal decor for making little centerpieces for on your table, or maybe on a cake stand, or you can think of it. Just let me know in the comments if you would like that also. So I'm going to squeeze this one and of course this one also. And now we're going to get our old piece of towel and we're going to wipe away the glue, and we do it over here and always go back and make sure that you have a straight line. Some people use the carpenter's square, if I'm correctly. It's also fine. Then you don't have to do it again because then everything is straight, but I love to do it with my fingers. I'm going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. So I gave it a couple of minutes. We're going to turn them this way and we're going to place them on the side. We do some glue on the top side. We do here the same. We do some glue on the top side. And here again, some glue on the top side. And we're going to place them down. And we're going to row them very easy together like this. So we make one piece out of it. And of course, you don't have to use the tumbling tile blocks. You also can use just a piece of wood, what you have laying around, some scrap wood. It doesn't matter. You don't have to use some tumbling tile blocks. I always say you can also do it with some wood. Maybe you just like the idea, but you don't have the blocks. Then you also can make it from something else. So don't let it discourage you. Always look for what you have in your stash. Not everyone has the possibility to buy a lot of supplies, because I'm also always make sure that you don't use too much, because I know everyone, you see already, not everyone has the opportunity to buy a lot of things. So of course, and like I told you, I also am going to do always a very, yeah, how you call it in English? At least I don't use too much blocks because I also pay a lot more for the blocks than a lot of people do. So don't worry about it. I also am a very, oh, yeah, I don't know how you call it in the English. At least I always make sure that I don't use too much blocks. I hope you understand what I mean. I'm going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. So you see already on the table is the next step. We are going to do 12 pieces of 2. So in total you use 24 blocks, but you are going to make sets of 2. So you need 12 pieces of 2. So just very easy, do the longest line. Just glue them very simple together until everything is under the glue, at least in my case always, because I glue everything, everything under. And this is already number 7, number 8, and number 9, and number 10. And of course, this is not number 10, this is number 12, so I can't even count anymore. So we are going to squeeze them and squeeze it and squeeze. And here, after this DIY, you can't hear me saying squeeze because I say it the whole DIY through, but you can always do it without the sound. You can always shut me up with replacing the sound off. So again, we're going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes and then we're going to wipe away the glue. So now we glued all of the 12 pieces together. What we're going to do, we're going to do 4 like this. We do 4 like this, and we're going to do 2 and again a set of 2. So we're going to do some glue on the tops, and be careful, it is still not totally dry, but you can easily redo it again, so don't worry about it. And again, you're going to place them together this way. You're going to squeeze it, give it some pressure from the side, and feel with your fingers that you still have a straight line. You're going to do here the same on the tops, row them together, and again squeeze it, and from the sides, and feel with your fingers. And now the last 2, that's only this one and this one, and again squeeze it over here. And we're going to let it dry in for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to wipe away the glue. But you can also do it already now if you like that better. Most of the time I do it immediately, but that's maybe not everyone's cup of tea, but you can easily do it whenever you like, but don't let it dry in too much. So now we're going to take our bottom, of course, the 4 pieces of 5 we glue together. We're going to now go around. On this side, we're going to do some glue on the longest side, and of course we're going to turn it over, and we're going to do it on this side and make a line over here and place it down. I have to look for if I have the side I need it. Now it doesn't really make a difference. We're going to get the longer one, we place it over here, we're going to place this one over here, and we're going to give it a little bit of pressure, not too much, only on the underside over here. And now we're going to make from this one, we're going to make one on the side, we're going to go to the underside and to the top, and we're going to place them together. We do here the same, some glue over here, underline and to the top, so like this. And we're going to place this one on this side, and for me it's not a perfect fit. I keep here a little piece open, but I don't mind because I like a little bit that is not really perfect. But if you really don't like it, you can use some wood filler and fill it up the corners, but I don't mind. So I'm going to let this dry in for at least, now I think 20 minutes. So now we place my little box on the side because that's the bottom. What we're going to do, we're going to place inside of the bottom, we're going to make a kind of a box also, but which is fitting for my battery operated box. And you see already I prepared it a little. I did a piece of the the thread over here, but and some with some elastic bands, but I am using this one, but you see already this one is huge. This is really an old one. So, but I am never throwing things away. So I always use also things that are a little bit older, just like me. So I'm going to use this also. So I'm going to make the box, but also when you have a smaller one, you can place it inside. So if you have using this measurement, then you can get every battery operated box inside. So we have 6 pieces of 4 like this. We're going to glue them together and we roll them also together like this. And this is so easy to do, and then you working nicely away your box, because you don't want that your batteries of, at least the box of your batteries is you can see, because that's not a really nice sight to see. But on the other hand, you still have to refill your batteries, so it has to be handy that you still can get use of your you still can go with your batteries. Oh, my English today. I show it to you in a moment, don't worry, we will be fine. We will get there eventually. So again, we're going to squeeze them together, all 6 pieces of 4 again, and this one, and we're going to wipe away the glue again, very easy, and over here and over here. Maybe it's the heat, because here in the Netherlands of this moment when I make my DIYs, you see this a little later. I hope then when you see it, then it is much colder already, because I love the fall and the winter and the Christmas, because I'm not a person for the summer and the spring. But of course, everyone has their own. So now it is really hot. Maybe that's why my English is so messed up. That must be it. It must be not me, but it must be the heat. So I'm going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. So I gave it a couple of minutes. We're going to get 2 pieces and this 2, and we're going to place them on the side. We do some glue and we close them together and over here. And we're going to squeeze them also this way and this way. Fill in the open gaps, because if you are gently squeezing from the side, you can easily fill in the open gaps, and because that's not what you want. So, and we're going to let this dry in also for at least now, because it has to be a little box before our batteries. I'm going to leave it for at least 15 minutes. So now we're going to take our 2 bigger ones. We lay this one down, and of course we're going to do some glue on this side and on this side, and we do this on this side the same, over here and over here, and we place them also this way, and we're going to place this one against the other one, so not inside but against, and this one also, and then we're going to give it some pressure, and then we're going to make sure that this one is fitting nicely, and we get a nice simple and easy little box. And we're going to, when we have the shape we want, then we're going to let it dry in for at least, I think, 20 minutes. So our little box is dried up. What we're going to do, I'm going to do some glue on the underside. So, and I try to do it a little on the inside, then the glue is not coming too much on the outside in the box. I'm going to get my box and I'm going to place it to the back side in totally. So not in the middle, at least I'm not going to do it in the middle. And I'm going to place it down and this way. And now we're going to let this dry in. In the meantime, while this is drying, we're going to get 2 blocks and double 2, 4 times double 2. What we're going to do, we do some glue in the middle, place it together, do some glue in the middle, place it together, do some glue in the middle and over here, and here the same. And you're going to squeeze it, press it together this way, make a straight line, also over here. You're going to squeeze it, and we're going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. In the meantime, while these 4 pieces of 2 are drying, we have 10 blocks in a row, and we're going to row them very easy also again. on each other. So we get one big plank. Of big, not is not really big, but it will be in front of our box. And the last number 9, and we're going to squeeze it from within to the outside and give it some pressure. And we're going to wipe away the glue also. And we're going to let this dry in also. Now I think this one we're going to let dry a little bit longer. I think maybe 20 minutes. Now in the meantime, while this is drying, we're going to get our 2 blocks and this one, and we're going to glue them together. I have here the smallest line of the block. So I have the block not flat, but the block is standing up against each other. So this way. So we're going to do some glue in the middle, and we're going to roll it together, and we do here the same. And again, we're going to give it some pressure, and we do here also the same. Make sure that we get a nice straight line, and we're going to give this also the same time like we did with this one, 20 minutes. So now we're going to take our double pieces of 2, this one we just made. I'm going to get my box, and I have, of course, this one is on the back side. So you see here, yeah, I can show it to you. This way is better. So I'm having this, the front side I have against me, and you see the back side. What I'm going to do, I'm going to place this one on the front side. So I show it to you in a moment. I'm going to do this block with some glue and on the underside, and I'm going to place them over here. I do here the same, some glue on this side, on the underside, and I'm going to glue them over here, and I will show it to you in a moment. Don't worry, I have to first place it, and then I'm going to let it show you. You see, this is what I mean. They are just next to this one. Over here, this will be the stand which we are going to make our kind of a lamp. We will see how this will turn out. I have no idea yet. So we are going to let this dry in for a little moment. So I was measuring out, and I think I'm going to, because you are still going to make it and it's still not totally dry, before I'm going to do this piece will be the start of the top of the, at least what kind of be like a lamp. I think I'm going to do my pieces a little to the front side, so they have a little space for the wire of our string lights, because or else I think I don't have the room. So I show it to you in a moment. So I place the little stands a little bit to the front, so they are a little off the line. You see over here, of course I have to wipe away the glue or else you don't see what I mean. So you see, now he's a little to the front side, not too much. Is I think only 1 or 2 millimeters, and not too much. So place them a little, not totally straight in the straight line with this one, but this side a little bit to the front. I hope I explained it right. So then you have a little space for doing your wire on front of here. So the next step will be, we're going to take our piece of 10 we just made. Of course, he is dried up right now. We're going to get 4 loose blocks like this. What we're going to do, we're going to do some glue on the smallest line, but a little bit, and we're going to glue this in a straight line with block number 1. So very easy, just this way. We do here the same, and we just build it up the way I think it's nice, but you can make any pattern you like. And I'm going to do this one over here, and of course I'm going to glue this one. I'm leaving alone the middle piece, so I'm going to do this halfway, and I'm going to do this one also halfway, so we get a little space in between. So again, and we're going to squeeze it and squeeze this one, and we're going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. So we gave it a couple of minutes, and now we're going to get 3 blocks. What we're going to do, we're going to do some glue on this side and a little bit on this side. We're going to place this one in a straight line with the first block. So over here, And you can see this one, this line is the same. Just going to squeeze it. We do on this side the same, a little glue over here and a little over here. And we make sure that with this block and this block, they have the same line. And again, squeeze it. And we do with this one also some glue on this side and on this side. And we place this one exactly in the middle of the two. And squeeze it. And we're going to wipe away carefully the glue. And then we're going to let this dry in again for at least 5 until 10 minutes. Now we're going to get 6 blocks. And you see already 4, 5, 6 loose blocks. And what we're going to do some glue on the underside. And we place this one over here. We do here the same. We place this one in the same block, but on the other end. Here the same. And we place this one over here. And this one over here. And now the last two is this one. And this one on this corner, of course. And we're going to give it some pressure over here, very gently. And make sure that you have a nice straight line when you glue it over here. And we're going to wipe away the glue very careful. And just like I told you earlier, just do whatever you think is right. Maybe you think, what is this? And I don't like it. You don't have to do it the way I do it. You can change it up any way you like. I'm going to give this again 5 until 10 minutes. In the meantime, while this is drying, we're going to get 2 blocks. And again, 2 blocks. We do the tops on each other. And this way. And this one. And we're going to squeeze it. And squeeze it. And we're going to wipe away the glue. And we're going to let this dry in also. I think this block is not totally fond of gluing. So we're going to let it dry in. And this one needs to be in a straight line. And we give it also 5 minutes. And also these two are drying. We are going to get 4 blocks. Like this. And what we're going to do, we're also going to glue this one together. A piece of 4. And again number 3. And number 4 is the closure up. And we're going to squeeze it, press it down, and wipe away the glue. And we're going to let this dry also. So what we're going to do, we're going to do some glue on this side. And we're going to place this one at the ending and give it some pressure. We're going to wipe away the glue. And we're going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. Now we're going to get the bigger part. We do some glue on the top over here. And we're going to place this down. And we place this one against here. Very carefully squeeze it. We're going to get this one. We do some glue on the underside. And a little on the side over here. So this way and on the underside. We're placing it down. And if everything is correctly, you can fill it up very easy. And this way. And we're going to give it some pressure. And we're going to wipe away the glue. And then we're going to give it some rest, at least for 25 minutes. So now we're going to get a loose block. And we're going to do a little bit of glue on halfway the underside. So only the half. We're going to place it exactly in the middle. So on each side there is still a little left open. And then I'm going to squeeze it. I do here the same, just a little bit of glue on the underside. And we're going to place this also again in the middle. And we're going to give it some pressure. We do here the same. A little bit of glue on the underside. And I'm going to place this also in the middle. And we're going to squeeze it. We're going to get a loose block. And we do a small line over here on the inside of the wider side. And we're going to place this one on the sides over here, but on the same height that we have this one. So again, give it some pressure. Of course, it's a little bit difficult to get in to squeeze it. We do here the same, a small line on the underside over here. And we're going to do this one on this side, but also on the same height as this one. And we're going to give it some pressure. And over here. And now we're going to let it rest at least also for 10 minutes. So this is how he is so far, like this. And I'm going to build it up a little bit further. So I'm going to get 4 blocks. But do whatever you think you want and do it as crazy as you like. I'm going to build this one on the ending. I do this one on the ending. It looks a little bit more like an African style, like a little bit, yeah, Tuscan. I don't know how I really think it will look like. I will still looking for a name for it. So I'm going to squeeze this one, and I have this in the same length as this one. And then you're going to look for the spaces are a little the same. And this one. Now we're going to get another one. And of course I do it already wrong. You don't do it on the whole side. You only do it on the 2 sides. So only on this side a little and this one. And then you're going to place it over here. You do here the same. A little this one and this one. Place this one in the middle. And the last. And over here. And we're going to place this one also on top of here. And this one on top of here. Make sure that also here you have a straight line. And this one. Now we're going to get some loose blocks. We're going to do some on the top. And we place it over here. We do here the same. And I'm going to repeating the same like I did with the underside, of course. I'm going to place this one and this one, but give it any shape you like. And I'm going to place this one and the last over here, and I'm going to squeeze it and make sure that it is on the ending. Place it to the outside, and again we're going to squeeze this one but to the outside, and we do here the same. I'm going to squeeze it over here, and we're going to give it a couple of minutes rest. Now I'm going to do the last step, and I think you already know what to do. A little on the underside, on the corner, a little glue, and you just place it in the middle again, and you're going to give it some pressure. We do here the same, a little on the corner over here. And I think I'm going to do mine a little bit for the fall season, but you can do for the Christmas, you can do it for any season, because I'm going to get some leaves, some wooden leaves, and I'm going to place them on top of here. We will see how this will turn out. So now this front, of course, because this will be a lamp which is on the front, you can make it double and do it on both sides. But if you're going to do it, then place your battery box in the middle and not on the ending like I did. But I have a small space, so I'm going to do it at the ending. But if you like to have it on both sides, that you can see the lamp also on both sides, then you have to make a second one of this one. And then, of course, make sure that your battery operated pack is in the middle. So I'm have here my bag with some leaves, some pumpkins, with everything inside. And I'm only going to take the leaves because I don't want it to be totally for the fall season. You can do some sticky gum under it and then place it on top of here, so you can change it up for any season. That's always great. So I'm going to do on little pieces, I'm going to do some leaves, and then we're going to paint it. So this is how he look like with the leaves, and now it looks a little strange because he is not painted yet, but When he is painted, you will see he looks much different. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to start painting with the underpiece, of course, of our lamp. And then we're going to paint this one also. I'm going to do it in the creamy color, but choose any color you like. You also can spray paint it. So I did paint both of the pieces, the stand and of course the lamp. Yeah, it's not a real lampshade, but at least the top of the lamp. I'm going to place this one on the front, so I have the back side to me. What I'm going to do, I have here my hot glue, and I'm going to do a little bit of glue in the middle over here. And I'm going to place first this wire inside, and I'm going to wait until it is dried up this way, and I'm going to do a little bit of glue over it. Of course, be careful, but it is a battery operated, so it's not really a problem. So, and I'm going to let this dry in for a little moment. So you see already I placed my lights on, and now I'm going to go for look where I want to have my pieces, and everywhere where I want to have it, I just do a little drop of glue this way, and I place one of the wires inside, and I'm going to wait, and so I go on the places I want to have it, but that's for everyone person different. So just go ahead and just wipe it is a metal wire, so I can bend it on each place I like to have it, so I can go very this way. So I'm going to take my time for it, but of course if it is ready I show it to you. So it was a little bit of a task. I'm going to try to show it to you this way. It is I just made a simple, very simple frame. I just did go around and around and just did some hot glue and waited until it's dry. It takes a little of your time, but please take the time, because every drop you do with the hot glue, make sure that you wait until it is dry and then go further and further and further. So it takes a lot of your time, but at the end you will be happy. What we're going to do right now, we're going to get our box, and I'm going to place it in front of this stand. So very easy, and if everything is correctly, our piece can go inside of our, and I hope that I have it correctly, and I hope I can show it to you. This will be over here, and this one is going to be glued on top of here. So of course it looks now a little strange, but in the moment you see the quick impression, then you think it is fitting nicely. So I hope I see you in a moment. And you see finally a quick impression of my tumbling tile blocks lamp, and I'm so happy how this one turned out. Especially you can decorate the underside for any season. Of course, I hope you give your own twist on it and change it up any way you like. And everyone who is new here, I hope you enjoy what you saw, and if you do, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up and hit the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. For more DIYs, come on over to my description box, there you find the link for our DIY channels. And everyone who is here already for a long time, thank you so much for being here. Of course, I'm so happy that you spent a little moment of your day together with me. Everyone have an amazing day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.